No matter what you do, you're going to make a ton of mistakes. I made every mistake I think you could probably make. I mean, mistakes in how to set up the company, mistakes in hiring, product mistakes, technical mistakes, anything you can kind of think about doing wrong. I have probably made that mistake in trying to kind of build Facebook up. I was a college student when I got started, right? I mean, I didn't know anything about business or hiring. You know, no one is born with these skills, right? So you learn them the same way that you learn everything else, right? Trial and error. You do it. You don't be too afraid to make mistakes, and you do make mistakes, and you recover and you keep going. The thing that I think is really what you should focus on is not what is the mistake that you should avoid, but instead, if you do something good, you get the strength to power through a lot of mistakes.
这个我真没有写过 business plan， 大概就一次还没有准备开始融资的时候 ，Raymond Late 也是我从 Valley， 我们晚上酒喝吹牛，他跟我回国去了。然后呢，就写了份 business plan， 想 raise money 在 Silicon Valley， 被一个风险投资说 no， 他说你得给我写份。 这个不对，那个不对。从那以后我就没写过 business plan， 因为95年、96年、97年，你想写 internet 的 business plan， 要么你在欺骗投资者，要么你在欺骗自己，你根本不知道会发生什么事情。有些风险投资要你写的很 detailed 的 plan， 你怎么可能呢？对不对？我自己都不知道，找 MBA Stanford MBA 可以写这么漂亮的，管用吗？不管用。把 plan 用行动写出来才是管用的。 所以呢，我后来觉得 plan 就不要写了，我们人生就是一个 plan， 慢慢的执行，拥抱变化，变化是最好的 plan， 但是你自己不要丢掉你自己的方向感。
The question is about the personal quality we look for in the executives we place at our various companies. The first thing is we don't usually place them. I mean, they come with them. We don't have anybody to place. I have the problem occasionally if somebody dies or to replace a CEO, but most of our CEOs came with the deal. Clayton Homes, which we're buying, comes with Kevin Clayton running it. We will put no one in there. He will run the place just as before. But in terms of the personal quality, when a seller comes to me with a business, whether it's Clayton or any of the others, Ike Friedman at Borsheim's, Mrs. B at Nebraska Furniture Mart, when they come to me, first question I have to ask myself, because I'm counting on them to run the place, I have to decide do they love the money or do they love the business? Now, there's nothing wrong with liking the money. I mean, they all like money, but they've got to love the business. They got to have a passion for it. Because if I give them a whole bunch of money and they love the money and they don't love the business, no matter what they tell me, 6 months from now, they'll be gone. You know, I mean, they'll just all of a sudden say, why am I getting up at 7 in the morning just so I can send a lot of money to Omaha? It won't work. So they have to love the business. I mean, I want people with a passion for the business. I used to say that I had a one-line employment form, one-question employment form. The question was, are you a fanatic? You know, if you answered yes, you got the job. Because I want somebody who's fanatic about their business.
Everything you try to do is already done. So when I figured that out, oh, what I'm putting out is what's coming back, let me get real clear about what it is I'm putting out. Real clear. So I read a book about 1989 called Seed of the Soul. And in that book, Gary Zukov talked about the laws of karma, of the laws of cause and effect, the third law of motion. And in that book, he talked about how your intention is always one with the law. Meaning, before you even think about a thing, you have an intention for the thing. And that the intention is going to determine the outcome. That's why the same people can go to the same church service and somebody walk down the aisle just to be seen to put some money in the church, and somebody else who just goes and just has a little bit to offer. the intention with which you give, the intention with which you serve determines the outcome. So when I figured that out, I went, whoa. I changed everything I did on my show. I called in the producers and I said, from this day forward, I will no longer be speaking to the KKK. I will no longer be speaking to people who are fighting each other in a way that it is damaging to the character of myself and other people who watch. From this day forward, I am only going to do intentional television.
Earning trust with customers is a valuable business asset. One of the reasons we have been able to extend into new business areas and first new product categories going way back, we just sold books and then we started selling music and DVDs and electronics and toys and so on. And then we've extended into electronic reading with Kindle. The reason customers have been receptive in large part to our new initiatives is because we have worked hard to earn trust with them. Earning trust with customers is a valuable business asset. And if you mistreat their data, they will know, they will figure it out. Customers are very smart. You should never underestimate customers.
I think the quality that has helped me in lots of things is a kind of measurement scientific framework where I go in and say, did anybody handle this well? What are the very best practices? Do we have numbers on that? And let's get everybody measuring what they're doing, and so they can strive to match what the best achievement is. For us, often that's something like getting the vaccines out to all the children. Some very poor countries do that extremely well because they get down to that local level and measure the activity. They make sure the inventory's there, they make sure the workers are showing up. So for me, I always look at how can we do better measurement and use that to drive the very best practices.
It's very important to seek out and listen very carefully to negative feedback. And this is something that people tend to avoid because it's painful.
Yeah.
But I think this is a very common mistake, is to not actively seek out and listen to negative feedback.
Where do you do that? Do you go into forums? Do you go into Twitter? Like, what are your areas where you go to look for feedback on, let's say, the Tesla?
Well, it's like everyone I talk to is, in fact, when friends get a product, I say, look, don't tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like. Otherwise, your friend is not going to tell you what he doesn't like. He's just going to say, oh, I love this and that, and then leave out the this is the stuff I don't like list. Because he wants to be your friend, doesn't want to offend you. So you really need to sort of coax negative feedback. And you know that if somebody is your friend, or at least not your enemy, and they're giving you negative feedback, then they may be wrong, but it's coming from a good place. And sometimes even your enemies give you good negative feedback.